whole lot from the Santa Rosa Symphony orchestras about myself and about how I learn. I've noticed that sometimes I can be a little bit of a perfectionist, but I've learned to overcome that. In particular, with a piece that we learned last semester and that we played for our most recent performance called Pines of Rome by Respighi. I had a whole lot of trouble with this piece in the beginning, and when first started reading it in orchestra, it was really difficult for me. But over time, I learned to get over that, and I've learned that it's more important to look at the bigger picture when sight reading, and that less to focus on the little mistakes and more to look at the learning and to get through them. And I've also had the courage to make more mistakes, and you learn to overcome the fear of not being perfect all the time, which I think a lot of us have to deal with. I've also learned that through sectionals, which is when professional musicians from throughout Sonoma County come to coach us in our separate sections of the orchestra, sectionals have really helped me to learn about myself and to learn the technique of being in an orchestra, and to learn a whole lot about the music, because it's really important to understand exactly what you're playing and how to play it. They've taught me that practice makes progress, not perfection, that music is more about the learning process than about the end final product. And though that can be amazing, and it often is, that it's more about what you do to get there, that it's more about the learning. Practice never makes perfection, because perfection is not possible, it's not achievable in music. Music is more about the process of arriving there. The staff that do the sectionals and the coaching, and also the conductors of the orchestras, are extremely supportive of this attitude, and they provide a really positive learning environment that I have really benefited from, and I've learned a whole lot from them. Every semester they send around surveys to make sure their musicians are happy and to make sure we're enjoying our repertoire. They really care that we're having a good time, and for me, I've noticed that I really do all the time. I really had a lot of fun with orchestra. In particular, with the piece Pines of Rome that I mentioned earlier, by the time we'd struggled with it for 3 months, when we got to Weil Hall, where we have the privilege to perform most of our orchestra performances, it sounded absolutely glorious, and I was remarkably privileged to be a part of that. I really enjoyed it, and it was just a really powerful thing to be performing music with many, many young musicians who had all gone through that musical journey with me. And it was really powerful for me, it was really moving, and I think it was for many members of the orchestra. For me, the orchestra experience has been one of mentorship and inspiration. I've really enjoyed it, and I've learned a whole lot, both in music and about myself and how I learn. With that, I'd like to close and say thank you for all support you can offer to the Santa Rosa Symphonies and our orchestras. Thank you.